Happy Tuesday, everybody. Yay, you made it. Today's an A day in ELA, so there is an assignment. And the teacher message today will actually go over some information that will be in the Google questions, so make sure you watch it. Today we're going to review the plot diagram. There won't be any new reading. We're just doing some review. That plot diagram is sometimes called the story mountain. I'm going to put that in quotes. And that will be through this video. And then you will watch a YouTube video that'll help you understand plot a little bit more using the movies Frozen and a Spider-Man movie. And then there'll be 5 multiple choice questions right either probably below this PowerPoint in the stream. Okay, you can also get those by going through classwork and going to the Pearl. All right, so the 6 main parts that we study are here on this diagram. And I know you've seen this diagram before. We studied this when we were in school together. Starts with the exposition where the characters are introduced. We get an idea of the setting and the background information. Then the problem happens when during the inciting incident, there's an event that triggers a conflict. Okay. Conflict is a problem in the story. The plot is all of these events that make the story up. Okay. If you think of a plot as our lives, we have all of these events in our lives. Sometimes we have like little mini plots in our life. Rising action are all of the events that the main character faces as the conflict begins to kind of like unfold and the character is trying to figure it out. Story becomes complicated. Sometimes the rising action is called complications. And then we have the climax, which is the peak of the story. If you look at the definition here, it says the main character faces an enemy, a fear, a challenge, or another source of conflict. It's the most action drama change, and the excitement happens here. The climax, we oftentimes see a change in our main character. That's something really important to remember. A change in perspective, a change about how they feel about a situation. So yeah, they change. And then the falling action, the story begins to slow down, and the resolution is where the problem is solved. Okay, any issues are tied up. When we look at this for the Pearl, so this is the specific plot diagram for the Pearl. In the beginning, the exposition, we got introduced to Kino, found out he was a pearl fisherman. He had a perfect life. It was, he lived in a very beautiful area along the Gulf, near a place called La Paz. We knew that he had kind of a primitive life. He lived in a brush hut. We found out about his wife, that she kind of was the stars in his he said something about how she was like the stars and she was so strong. And we learned about their son Coyotito, and Coyotito is everything to Juana. The problem starts, the inciting incident is when Coyotito is stung by the scorpion. Okay, and that's where the problem begins. And then we see this start to unfold through the rising action. Juana wants to go see the doctor. The doctor won't treat them. So then she prays that Kino will find a pearl so that pearl will be able to help Coyotito. And then they do find the pearl. And then the doctor comes and treats Coyotito, but he actually gets sicker. So we know that the doctor wants the pearl. He looked for the place where the pearl was hiding. Somebody goes that night to steal the pearl. That was in chapter 3. And then in 4, Kino goes to sell the pearl. This is actually just the next day. All of the pearl dealers, he thinks they're trying to cheat him, and they're colluding. He decides to sell the pearls at the Capitol, and at the end of chapter 4, Kino is attacked again, and that's part of the rising action. We have not yet gotten to the climax, okay? At this point, you're going to go ahead and watch this video. Hopefully it works, and then you'll answer the questions in Google Classroom. Have a great day, everybody.